How's it going, everybody? Wow, back in the action again, in the car. It's so interesting to drive around and see people masks on. I see people wearing masks while they're walking by themselves in the middle of nowhere. Like, I live in Hawaii, so it's pretty easy to find a road where there's nothing on it. And people are exercising with masks on. It's so weird. So it makes me think, people really are they stopping to go, okay, does this make sense? Hey sis. Because I'm thinking, do they think that there's something in the air? Is that what it is? They really think that random, what a weird way to live, to just be it's such a different experience of life. It's like the difference between somebody thinking that the earth is flat and someone thinking that the earth is round, or even the moment that in history that the idea first, came to people's minds, could they wrap their head around it? And we're experiencing that again right now. And I realize, I guess we never know anything absolutely, but I think it's a little bit easier to understand health and understanding all of space and time. So I want to talk about the reality of health and the fact that there's not cooties flying in the air at all. You don't have to worry about it. Someone would have to spit in your mouth, in your face, and it would have to get past your tonsils. It would have to get past your weakened immune system and start to spread and adapt to your environment and make you less vibrant. See, these things, it's are they alive? Are they it's bacteria? It probably is bacteria that is making people sick. But my point is that things in the air are not living around, jumping jumping on your skin and getting in and making you sick, or jumping in your face. That's not how it is at all. There's not an outside thing other than, pollution and, horrible toxins that make us sick. But those are something that takes a longer period of time and spreads wider. When you look at a little person and how just a little human being body gets sick, the earth can get contaminated. It's just like the body. If you're drinking junk food and soda and french fries and burgers and tacos and beer and alcohol, God bless you if you're a drug addict, how sad. Pharmaceuticals, all of it, it just ruins the life force. And so this is what health is. This is why you can't catch sickness in the air, because there's no life force in the air. These things are not alive. Like a bacteria or something, you could get infected, you could get degraded, but what's happening is cellular. Life is cellular. Human beings are cellular. When you look at a baby that's being born, I'll put a little video link in here hopefully, that shows that when the sperm goes into the egg, what happens is cellular division, and that's what makes a human being. And we're constantly making new cells and getting rid of old cells. So those old cells, that's what people call viruses. That's what people are afraid of, that are flying in the air. And it's that's not what's happening. We have a constant production of cells in our lives, in our bodies. That's what our bodies do, and what we eat and what we drink creates the quality of those cells. And like I said, it's like your skin. You're constantly shedding, right? This is what our body's doing, and its cells are in our blood. It's our bones. It's everything is cellular. And so when you're eating and drinking and you're being super healthy, your cells are vibrant, they're alive. And what's in a cell? Electricity. So a cell has an atom, and then it has a nucleus, and then it has the nucleus, and then it has electrons, neutrons, and protons. It's kind of like the earth or like the sun. The sun is the center star. Here's our dude again. Oh my God, he's classic. This guy takes his baby on a walk on a stroller, but he uses like his hoverboard to push her or him. Okay, so anyways, back to reality of health. And this is why you can't get sick in the air. It's all within. It's within your cellular vibrancy. It's in the makeup of your genetics. It's in the value of your cells. And it's, you know, so it's like the cell has the atom or the nucleus. And I think it's within the nucleus is the atom. And so this is like where our DNA is, right? This is where all of life is like threaded together and expands and grows and evolves. So when we feed this thing with like nutrients and vibrance and life-giving forces of wonderful food and nature and exercise and breath and love and life, these cells get super vibrant. But when you're feeding them like degenerated, like when you're putting vaccines in people and it's like spreading through their body and there's metals are horrible for cells. It like ruins the electrical componency completely. It's like your whole system can no longer communicate with itself. And when you're eating junk and oil and all these things, it's drugs just probably zaps the cell like immediately. Which leads me to also know that they also can take a laser, 5G. They can take a laser and point it at somebody and also, or point it at blood and watch the blood cells, watch the cells change just by changing the frequency. So that's the level of health. Awareness you need to know. Another thing that you need to know is Marimoto. I'll put some links. He's passed away now, but he's a wonderful scientist, I believe from Japan, that did his research, and it's in the schools. You guys know about this, about how water is affected by the way that we talk to it, and they do the experiments where they'll put like a plant in two plants in a school, and then they'll put like certain signs around the plants. Bug out. You know, love, 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 or hate, hate, hate. And the love, love, love plant actually does better. So this is all real stuff, guys. So this is why there's no cooties in the air. This is why you don't have to wear masks. Actually, masks are horribly draining to your life system. It messes with you mentally, emotionally, and physically. It's one of the worst things that you can do to yourself, and I can't believe that everyone's feeling like they should do it. That's how like demotivated and trained everyone is in this lifetime, and it's so inhumane. Don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to your children. It's messing with people so bad. How would it affect your health when we're talking about cellular? You know, because vibrancy, it's about being like alive. And so if you're depressed, if you're sad, if you're being abused, like those plants, if you have this, you know, thing, your whole life force, all of it's gonna like weaken, and the cells, they start to deteriorate. There's a power of energy and life energy that they don't teach you about, because that's where it's really at, and that's where they're attacking you. Here comes that guy again. I'll show you. Hopefully you saw that. All right, so yes. So what you need to do basically is eat healthy foods and be healthy and be alive, because the quality of your cells is what creates the environment for more life. The quality of your cells, when they're degraded, that creates the environment for less life, and that's how people die. So when you start to just shut yourself down emotionally, physically, all of it, there is a mind-body connection. It's very real. You have to know this. It's not a joke. It's not a theory. It's proven. It's just not talked about in the mainstream because they don't want people to be enlightened, because then they won't be good slaves. That's kind of it. So they're just creating a suppression of humanity, a suppression of our immunity, a suppression of life, so that they can control us. And that's all it is. So there's no dead cells flying around in the air. You have to create an environment within yourself that's going to host a disease. You don't catch cancer, you create it. So pretty much everything in life is preventable. Eventually your body stops producing so many more new cells, and your body does expire. And so that's a natural life source. It's not like a life cycle. It's not like we have to live forever in one body. That would be boring. So I hope this has been helpful. Something else I wanted to just kind of share is like a different way to approach this, and I wanted to say like how I get sick. Like I know how to get myself sick, and I'm a little bit sick right now, but it's not sick. This is what's happening. Somebody might think that, but I understand health, and so this is what's happening. I ate Jack in the Box last night, and so my body is responding, and it's throwing out all the stuff, and so I start sneezing. My nose starts running. If I eat sugar, I start coughing, because sugar instantly suppresses your immune system, so I can feel like all the oxygen leave my body. I'm so sensitive to all of these things, and so I just wanted to also share like how you can get sick and how people get sick. Like I can tell you, because I'm pretty healthy all the time, but maybe about 6 times a month I'm not. I'll drink, I'll eat, I'll smoke, I'll do whatever, and I watch what my body does. And the worst thing is sugar. The worst thing is fake sugar, not fruit. Fruit's great. I love fruit. Fruit's probably my favorite thing. Fruit is definitely my favorite thing. Without fruit, I'm not alive. I can feel it. Like within days, I can feel like the lack of juice and love in my life, and that vibrancy. So basically what happens is I'll eat something and pretty much my nose will start running right away, or I'll start sneezing right away. I'll have it depends. I'm just thinking about junk food right now, because also like if I drink a beer, I can only drink beer. I can't really drink anything else, but like if I drink beer, sometimes I'll get like those jaw locks, which has to do with my, I forget that system right now, but that's another part of the system. So I'm not going to jump into that, but I just want to talk about the symptoms necessarily that are like allergy-like, that are like cold, flu symptom-like, because that's what everyone's so afraid of right now. So I just want to talk about that and how I create those symptoms. Doggy running with his mommy. So cute. There's a golf course down the street. So how I create the flu-like cold symptoms, and how I could actually give myself a cold, because what it is congestion, and it's just you're basically have like poisoned your cells, and it's called acid. Like I become acidic rather than alkaline, and I'm usually alkaline, but I'm so alkaline that I could like eat one meal, and I can feel the acidity happening, and my body starts responding with sneezing, with running nose, with coughing. If it's sugar, I can feel it like clench my life force. All my cells, all my flesh, all my tissue, I can feel it. So that's basically how I would get sick. Like say, for example, if I ate a shake, oh my gosh, that's like one of the worst things. That could really actually get me sick, which would be that I would feel a fever, and that I would actually feel like lethargic, and then my body would just be pushing it all out. And what I would do to make myself well is I would drink a lot of water, always lots of water, and I would put lemon in it. I would eat a bunch of garlic. I love to roast garlic and eat like a whole head of garlic in one meal, and that would be like totally boost my immunity. And then I would just rest and drink water and like ginger and eat all my alkaline foods again, and I'd be fine. Less and less I do it, but I grew up eating junk food, but then I cleansed my body and I got super pure and clean, and I was like, wow, this is what it's like to feel alive. But then my little brother died, and I got not just sad, but also realizing like, gosh, if I'm gonna die in an accident, if someone's gonna kill you, like that's one thing. You can't prevent bullets, you can't prevent accidents. So I started to kind of like drink and eat junk, and also I had a crush on a guy that didn't like me, I think, because I wouldn't drink and eat junk, and all of that happened at the same time. So over the last like 7 years, I've been watching this process of like what it's like when I still go and like drink or eat. because it's socializing right now. You know, it's like most people socialize with drinks, and it's hard to be, you know, socializing when you're just like super pure and innocent. You know, there's not a lot of people that are healthy and happy that you can socialize with. So a lot of happy and healthy people do drink and smoke and eat junk food, and they don't really know what I'm talking about, because they don't get sick. They don't get sniffles or coughs. They're fine, but maybe they're overweight. See, I don't gain weight because my body instantly like throws all this out. Like my body knows what to do. Whereas all those other people have probably never cleansed and have never like trained their body, so their body's just used to packaging it. So like if it's you know, chemicals, GMOs, all that stuff, your body just packages it. That's why a lot of people are overweight, because it's just your cells don't know what to do with this stuff, and so it just kind of or your body doesn't know what to do with this stuff, so this foreign non-natural material, so it just kind of like puts it in like a space in your body and just kind of like covers it up and stores it. It doesn't really use it. And those things is what turns into cancer. And so these things down the line, and people think it's all just normal. You know, people think it's normal to take allergy pills. I used to take allergy pills but then I realized like it's actually what I'm eating. And so if I eat well, I never have to take allergy pills. And that's basically the cycle. And that's how I know for sure that all I have to do is take an antihistamine. Oh, that's that other system. It's the histamines. Ooh, yeah, that get the jaw locks. Yeah, there's only so many systems in the body. So I just wanted to focus on the symptoms of, you know, flu and cold and all that stuff, because they seem so simple to me. It's not even, you're not catching anything. What's happening in that moment is that your body is expelling whatever crap it doesn't want in there. That's how the body gets rid of things. That's how the body works. This is actually in Chinese medicine. I've been studying this for so long. I'm surprised that not more people know this, but I think they've just been training everybody to be entertained and happy and fattened up and just eat all this junk and not really think for themselves. It's like they've been fattening everybody up, all the turkeys up for Thanksgiving. So hopefully you won't accept the invitation. All right, guys, well, more later. Just to be extra helpful, drink lots of water. Wake up in the morning and just have like the biggest glass of water. Try to do it after you brush your teeth. And just flush your whole system. And we poo and we pee and we bleed and we have things run out of our nose and we cough and we sneeze, because our body is constantly getting rid of the old stuff and building new. So you want to support that by drinking lots of water, allowing yourself to expel. Of course, be polite to the people around you, you know, of course. Don't do this, you know, take care of yourself. Take time to yourself. You know, don't be out in the world burping and farting and pooping and peeing, you know, because you're taking care of yourself. You know, nobody wants to deal with that. Be private about it. You know, nobody wants to deal with other people's out in public. Like, that's rude. So be private about your cleansing, but you have to do it. You have to drink your water. You have to fast at night. You have to have your lemon water and or eat your garlic and take your juice. And I do celery juice. There's so many ways, but the easiest ways are water and lemon juice, fresh lemon squeezed in your water, lots of water, and garlic.